Hey, Zach, Ben, America's Baseball Camps. Just watching your swings from the President's Day Camp and just wanted to touch base of a couple things I see in regards to things you can work on going into this spring. And thanks for coming down to Arizona. I hope you guys have a great season, and let's go ahead and get started here. So checking out your stance. Stance looks great. You do have a taller stance, kind of like a Longoria kind of start. Would like to see maybe just a hair more in athletic knees in regards to just having a little bit more bend. I really like your setup and your approach. It's very nice. Your eyes are on the baseball. I love where your hands are. I like your bat angle, and everything's in a pretty good position from our start. So nice and compact, not a lot of movement. And let's talk about when we go into our next area, which is our kind of land foot. So as I go into the land foot, a couple things I do see. There's a couple things. Once land foot hits, which is right there, let's talk about this on the back. Once land foot hits right about there, you'll notice, watch this front foot begin to spin on you. And that lands nice, but before you even start swinging, you can see, look at that front foot open on you. And that's going to transfer everything into your upper body. Now, the other thing that happens, too, is you begin to drift. And this is a biggie. So as you go into your land foot, once the land foot hits, you should be done going forward with my hips. And so let's draw a line right at your hips there, where now you want to rotate into your front side. But as you'll notice, that you go right through that line, and you begin to go forward. So that's called a glide or a drift to the front side. And we definitely don't want to do that. So that's a big one to fix right there and really work on that. And what you can do to work on that is, what you should do is place a big towel underneath your foot right there, kind of like a beach towel, and roll it up. And just kind of put it right by your front foot so you stride into it. And what you do is you'll land kind of as you're landing on like a doorstop, where you're kind of landing uphill a little bit. And once your front foot lands on that towel, then don't go forward anymore with your hip and your head. And don't have your front foot or your hip, your head or your front hip go any more farther. Just now you're just going to rotate into the baseball and rotate into that firm front side. Because what's happening is, if your timing's off, you do have a tendency to drift. You can see, watch your hips as that front foot lands. Just got to back it up just a hair here. But you can see, when we stride at this point of your swing, that foot should be actually facing towards the guys in the dugout over there. And I'll draw a line here. So this foot should not be pointing at the pitcher. That foot should land closed, and you should be showing that guy in the red shirt over there, I think he's a teammate of yours, show him your heel, and that's going to keep you closed, and that's going to make a big difference in regards to your swing. The other thing is we got to work on too, now that I'm just seeing this, you'll see this bottom arm locks out. See how firm that arm is? And that's going to make us long to the ball. You're going to get away with it from slower pitching, but as you get older and the guys start throwing upper 80s, low 90s, you won't be able to get there with that locked bottom arm. So we've got to make sure that at this point of your swing, that this has a nice arc in it, and you want to get that extension where that arm looks like now. You want that to happen at contact. And you can see at contact you want it to be firm, but not before then. And at contact we do a pretty good job. You look pretty good. If I'm looking from ground all the way up, you're nice and tall. I would like to see, you can see that back side, you really came off the back side into the front side. At this point, I would probably want to have your foot be over in this area. So if I take your front hip, I think that your shoe should be all the way up there, and that's going to, I think your knees are too closer together. At this point, we should be able to see some daylight in between your front knee and your back knee. You can see there's no space there that you can see. And what that's going to do is it's going to take you, instead of being on your toe of this, it's going to get you more on the ball of my foot. And that's just something to work on. So there is some things, like I said, the biggest thing is just working on that gliding, not the finish up and forward. You can see you can't really hold your finish. You transfer from the back up to the front, almost like a golf finish. And you just got to be careful of a couple things. You can see that lock arm is already locked. And at this point of our swing, that front hip, we're going to go right through that and open up that front foot. And that's going to make us kind of spin, be more arms than we want to be. you can kind of see, and then I transfer my weight up there, and I finish up on my toe, and I want to have some more space in between my knees. So watch this a few times, and take your time, maybe get on the tee, work through some things one at a time, pick one thing at a time to work on, because these are some pretty large things, and they're going to make a big difference in your swing if you want to work on them to help you take to the next level. You can see how you kind of finish way up on your front foot, and again, you're going to get away with that for now, but as you get older, you won't be able to do that. So just some things to work on here that's going to make some big difference of your swing and get you more short, get you more compact, and just wish you the best season that you can. Hopefully they'll come back and see us, and have a great season.